Hi, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I thought we could go through the shamatha or calm abiding meditation that is traditionally done within much of Buddhism. And there are some differences that you might find between this technique and other meditations you may have heard. The basic view here is that we're trying to become more awake to our world. That's really the point. We're actually trying to wake up in the same way that the Buddha did 2,600 years ago, to the potency and the power of our own mind and heart. So we do that by actually being really present with ourselves, in particular with our breath. So let's start by taking a good meditation posture. If you're sitting in a chair like me, you just sit with your legs on the ground, maybe about hip width apart, your feet firmly planted. If you're sitting on a meditation cushion or a pillow at home, you would just cross your legs, maybe keeping your knees a little bit below your hips. From that strong base, really feeling the weight of your body in the earth, really feeling balanced when either on your chair or on your cushion, we can have a sense of uprightness in our body. So you could elongate the spine. One way to think of that is to actually pretend like there's a string at the top of your head pulling you straight up, so that you see that there's a natural curvature here, and we allow for that as opposed to trying to force anything in our muscles. So we relax the muscles in our shoulders and our back. Join me in just taking your hands and dropping them at your sides for a second. Now pick them up and drop them palms down. Ideally, that spot is something that's comfortable for you, allows a little bit more support for your back, and that way you don't have to think too much about what your hands are doing while you do this. Our head sits at the top of our spine. We can bring a sense of relaxation to the muscles in our face, around our eyes, our nose, our jaw. If that means that our jaw hangs open, that's totally fine. What I'd recommend is actually keeping your tongue up against the roof of your mouth, so that you slow down the swallowing process and you also allow for clearer breathing. Last but not least, we'll rest our gaze maybe 2 to 4 feet ahead of us on the ground. We keep our eyes open as a reminder that this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to wake up to this very moment. Once you've done that, place your full attention on the physical sensation of both your out-breath and your in-breath. My teacher, Sakyong Mipham Rinpoche, has said, we're always meditating on something. We could be meditating on how hungry we are right now, or all of the things we need to do later today. But here we're going to meditate on something very simple, your breath. So join me in just meditating on the breath. We don't have to alter or change our breathing at all. We just breathe as we always do. The only difference here is that we are paying attention to it. When you notice that you might have gotten distracted from the breath, certain thoughts about what happened earlier in the day, phone calls that you might be reliving, or maybe you just have find that your mind has gone all the way out so that you're thinking that you're on a beach in Tahiti with a tropical drink in your hand. Just very gently, silently say, thinking to yourself. You don't need to be aggressive about this. It's just a gentle acknowledgement that what you're doing in that moment is thinking, when really what you want to be doing is coming back to the breath. You know what I want for dinner? Thinking. Come back to the breath. Okay, that's really the basic practice, and I recommend that you try it for about 10 minutes a day, for as many days a week as you can. Generally, it's said if you could do this for even 11 days, it becomes habit forming. So if you want to start to do this regularly, try doing it for 11 consecutive days, or if you're ambitious, 21. We'll have another YouTube clip coming out in terms of specific ideas for how to do this at home, your environment and everything, so stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for watching the channel.